Hello and welcome to Little Champs Learning. In this video, we will look into special types of angles. When I say angles, I know what comes to your mind. You must be thinking of acute, obtuse, right, straight, reflex angle, which we learned in our last video. If you haven't seen that, I will put the link in the description box. Please go and check that. What was special about this angle? Do you remember? Okay, let me help you in this, that these angles were all single angles. But today what we are going to learn are angles which exist in pair. Yes, and we have one term to describe these pairs of angles. Like we will talk about vertically opposite angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles and complementary angles. You must be thinking what kind of angles are these and what are the properties of these angles. So let's get into that. Suppose we have two intersecting lines which you can see here, and these two lines make four angles. So let's name those angles: angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. The angles opposite to each other are angle A and angle C, angle B and angle D. We call these angles across each other, and these angles are equal also. They have a special name. They are called as vertically opposite angles. So vertically opposite angles are opposite to each other and they are equal. Now for a moment, let's focus on the topmost part of this figure. So these two angles, you can see they form an angle of 180 degree. So let's name them. Angle A plus angle B makes 180 degree. Whenever two angles add up to make an angle of 180 degree, they are called as supplementary angles. Do note that two angles don't have to be next to each other to be called as supplementary angles. Okay, so let's see some example. Angle 60 and this angle 120. They are not lying beside each other, but they together form a supplementary angle. So supplementary angles are not necessarily beside each other. Now let's look into this triangle. You know this is a right angle triangle. So let's see, this angle is 90 degree, and as we know, the addition of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Since angle B occupies 90 degree slot, you have angle A and angle C left. So the left angles, angle A and angle C, they will together form an angle of 90 degree. Whether they are equal or not equal, whether they are 45 and 45 or they have different measurement, but they have to make together 90 degree to be in this triangle. So angle A plus angle C will make 90 degree. If the sum of two angles is 90 degree, the angles are said to be complementary angles, and each angle is said to be complement of each other. Okay, so one angle is complement of each other, and in this also it is not necessarily that it has to be under triangle. That was just an example. And in this I have made one partition, and now you have two angles beside each other, and this is an angle of 90 degree. Now let's see our fourth type of angle, which is adjacent angles. Two angles are said to be adjacent angles if they have a common vertex and common arm, and the other two arms are on either side of the common arm. So you can see BOC, in that we have a common arm OD. So BOD and DOC, they have a OD as a common arm and O as the common vertex. So these are known as adjacent angles. Now what's the difference between adjacent angle and a complementary angle? You can see complementary angles are almost or somewhat the same, but they are special type. They make together angle of 90 degree, but in adjacent angles this is not the case. That is not the criteria to be called as adjacent angles. They can have any measurement together. Now what is linear pair of angle, if you think? So a pair of adjacent angle is called a linear pair if their outer arms are in straight line. So I think you have understood. So let's see this with an example. PQ is a straight line and you have BO ray coming on PQ. So you have angle PBO and OBQ, where BP and BQ are the arms which are in straight lines of angles, and they together form 180 degree also. So what's the difference between a linear pair and a supplementary angles? So basically, linear pair of angles, they lie on a straight line, whereas supplementary angles don't need any, they don't have to be beside each other to be called as supplementary angle. I hope this is clear. If any doubt or queries, kindly do contact me in the comment section. Thank you.